Can the President of the United States rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America? Not to throw cold water on the idea, but it's a little more complicated than you think. This fascinating topic blends geography, international relations, and executive power. So let's break it down. What's in a name? The Gulf of Mexico is a vast body of water bordered by the United States, Mexico, and Cuba. Its name has been recognized for centuries, reflecting the region's rich history and the cultures that surround it. Who decides names? Changing them isn't as simple as slapping on a new name tag. In the United States, the naming of geographical features is standardized by the U.S. Board on Geographic Names, BGN. This body ensures uniformity in names across federal agencies. While the president can influence domestic naming conventions, renaming an international body of water like the Gulf of Mexico goes beyond the scope of unilateral decision-making. What about executive orders? Theoretically, a president could issue an executive order directing federal agencies to refer to the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America. However, this change would be limited to the United States. Internationally, other countries' maps and organizations wouldn't be required to adopt the new name. While it's technically possible for countries to use their own names for geographical features, as some Arab nations do with the Persian Gulf versus Arabian Gulf, such moves often spark diplomatic tension and confusion. Without agreement from Mexico and Cuba, key stakeholders in the region, the name change would remain symbolic and apply only within the U.S. conclusion. While a U.S. president could use an executive order to rename the Gulf of Mexico in federal usage, it would not have international effect or recognition. The name Gulf of Mexico is deeply embedded in history, diplomacy, and international standards. Changing it would require broad international agreement, and such a move could complicate relations with neighboring countries.